just like in the first round, we will be exclamation point BO3 for another Strixhaven School of Mages promo pack. The first one went to Zombie, which is actually really amazing. And so everyone knows we are into round number 2, which I didn't change the headline. And we added a 5th round because based on the number of players, it should have been 5 rounds, not 4. So that was totally my fault. I apologize to the fans and to the players. But round 2 is off. So we will have 5 rounds and we will have 3 playoff rounds. So it's going to be a good day. Sit tight, boys and girls.
Yes, yes, yes. It's a good opening hand for our Murdu player.
Actually, yeah, I was just thinking that.
They can go with Valky, see their hand, or they can go with the backside. Yeah.
Throwing a death at the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card.
Yep, and draw a card.
Oh, draw and mill. Oh, that's pretty sweet, actually. That is pretty sweet. Sweet.
So with the milling, obviously, Temet obviously calls the dead. We'll feed into that. And just pretty much just trying to, and also they have 4 copies of Croxa because why not? Because that's how Mardu gets it done. So now they can go land Argon.
Croxa is a powerful
card.
Yes. I'm surprised. Well, I'm actually not surprised, but there wasn't enough. There is enough support, but there was just more powerful things to do in Standard. But like when Uro went out, Croxa should have taken over. Should have took over.
Yes.
Like it should have been all Croxa all the time. I like expressive iteration here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good play. I think it's a very good play.
I guess you take the mountain with the plasma to the bottom and
you can't play Magic without mana, so you might as well get ahead, right?
We're not Hearthstone or Legends of Runeterra.
Not yet, anyway.
We're not that tournament yet.
Yeah. Okay, so Egon.
Yep. 6 Death Touch. Whenever it begin your upkeep, exile 2 cards. If you can't, sack it and draw a card. Leave it as a sack. Yep, sack and draw a card. Now they can go Spellbinder. There's another way they can ramp. That's why they want to do Plowtown. As Scrubby named his deck on Arena. If you can go a Colossal Plow on turn 2 and an Argon or a Croxa on turn 3, you can crew the Plow and attack him for 6 on turn 3.
Jesus.
Now we have a lot of Burning Hands, which is going to be a quasi-dead card against this matchup. It's only going to deal 2.
Yeah.
You also have a Shark Typhoon.
This card is crazy.
Yep.
For Egon. God of Death. I put it up on so everyone can read the card a little bigger. This card is nuts.
Yep. It actually pairs itself well with the artifact.
Yeah, at the beginning of your upkeep,
Middle.
Exile 2 cards from your graveyard. If you can't, sacrifice Egon and draw a card. That's pretty powerful.
Yep. And here comes Valky.
Valky's not really a threat here. It'll just, I mean, it'll get killed. So, I mean,
yes, but it's just more of seeing what's up in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like it's almost like you can almost say like a bad version of like a thoughts, like a of a Thoughtseize, really, per se. So Scrubby could put their companion into their hand or leave up Bloodchief Thirst.
So by adding the 5th round Kill Guy Canada, a player could go X and 2 and have really good tiebreakers.
Huh. Yes. This is interesting. They're going to sack their own Valky
Why?
because with the number of cards in their graveyard, they cannot sack Argon because they would lose it.
Ah.
So if they sack it plus also if they target that plus sack Valky,
Yep.
they will get Argon back. They'll still keep Argon on the battlefield.
Oh,
If
wow.
that's their only creature, then yes, they definitely want to keep that on the battlefield as much as you can.
Right.
So in our is it control player, I'm pretty sure it'll be Shark Typhoon for a whack bunch, or they could play Yorion, blink their Omen of the Sea, so they can dig deep for a little bit.
They don't
But
have enough
eventually they would have
mana
to-
to play your, like, to bring him into his hand and play him, though.
No, it would have to be either a Shark Typhoon and then hope they can live a turn, but they'd be down to 2.
I mean, you... Oh, right. It almost feels
So-
like he should have played Shark Typhoon as an enchantment, and then he would have had more opportunity to, as he was casting spells, to make blockers.
And now they get attack for 6, down to 2. They can make a blocker, like a 1/1 blocker,
Yep. Man,
because it doesn't have trample
a 3-mana 6/6 is pretty powerful in any format.
with that touch. With that touch.
With Death Touch. Holy smokes, Batman.
And I think you just block here, take your block here. You can play your Bone Crusher Giant as a. You can say, oh, it's a blocker, really? Yeah.
Well, with Burning Hands and Bone Crusher, that would do it. That would be enough damage to kill the Egon.
Yep.
God of Death. Now he's got 2 Burning Hands. He's definitely got enough mana to play this out properly.
Yeah, so they're going to definitely go with it.
Oh my god, Sweet and Salty, thank you so much for the Tier 1 subscriptions.
You're the best.
Woo!
And we have J Lynch 676, Flush Donkey, and Reach for the Sky. Martin Sam, and Raven Wolf Sport. Thank you for all those subscriptions to the channel. And welcome.
So, iteration here, he's just trying to get ahead, and coming up with 3 lands is not what he was looking for.
No, they could take the Field of Ruin and just a way to just basically shuffle the top of the deck, or probably be just like land. We do have a temple that you can easily scry into, but yeah, I think play the Field of Ruin. They can Field of Ruin the tri-land, but they don't want to do that because if they do, they're feeding in more cards for Argon.
I feel like this is exactly what he wants to do, and this is what I was mentioning is by having Bone Crusher as a creature, it has 4 power, and then Burning Hands is 2 damage. So theoretically, he could block with Bone Crusher and kill Egon, which at this point, this is exactly what he needs. He needs to get that 6/6 off the board. Like
That's another Valky.
Yeah. It's interesting to see what he's going to do with it, though.
They can exile 2 cards, which is more what they have left. Draw a card. Oh, that's a plow.
What does Plowshare do for this? Oh,
You can crew 6.
wow.
So it's you get, and whenever it attacks, add 3 planes to your mana pool. Which, by the way, guess what? If you can attack in with that and Archon, so what they could probably do is on their upkeep, crew the plow if they don't have enough cards in their graveyard. I think this was probably a mistake. It does not have haste.
No, it doesn't.
I think this might have been a mistake.
Maybe.
Yeah, he made a mistake.
Oh.
So if they did it on upkeep, improve the plow, make it a 6/3. Sack and draw a card. They would have enough mana to play to bolt on the planeswalker side.
Right.
But little do they know they have a disdainful stroke on their end.
I really like bringing Yorion into your hand here. I think that's a good play.
Yep. Disruption, it's the bottom. That's probably the right call.
He definitely doesn't want to he doesn't want to change his board position at all. I still think he has to, hold up Bone Crusher Giant for either Plowshare or Egon.
Yeah, so this is the right call. To put plow in their hands, or to create a plow.
Mm-hmm.
This was the right call. This was the right turn. So now they draw into double. Dread is not terrible, but I think what they want to do is attack in for 6. They're going to lose the plow, but they're going to gain 3 mana, which is going to be enough mana to cast to bolt on to bolt on the other side, and have enough to cast Tamret.
Holy smokes!
So now they have enough mana to. But the thing is, if they, I think knowing that they have mana open, he's trying to play around the disdainful stroke.
That's hard though. He's got nothing to. He's got no counter magic, and he doesn't have like a duress.
No. But it's more playing around the disdainful stroke.
Roxa.
So they want
what a great card. Because that'll eat up the disdainful stroke for sure.
Yes, because it's going to eat. Well, you can't cast it against disdainful stroke. So.
Well, you want to, because he will counter it with disdainful stroke, which will leave the 2 creatures in his hand.
They can't, because disdainful stroke is 4 or greater, and Crosis only 2.
Not from the grave. He's 4.
Right. That is correct. My apologies 10 minutes later from the chat.
When they all start yelling at you?
You can send your letters to tjgames@totalgengames.ca.
Yeah, get out of here.
For all complaints of bad card reading.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that Standard we're going to be missing from Standard, obviously. The Yorion plays and the old Jeskai control decks. Where they would play Yorion, Flicker, Agent of Treacheries, and Kolmas, and Lucas, and doing all the Value Town USA plans. Don't hurt yourself. We need you for next week.
Yeah.
Sweet and salty. Come on now.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Ugh.
This is Sea God is exactly what he wants.
Well, he's going to draw into it.
Yeah, I really, really, really love this Is It control deck. It's so good, so powerful. And like playing into
do you draw both of those cards? I would say yes, because you can actually command and get themselves they can they can destroy the throne and remove a 2/2.
right.
With the command. But okay, another Crosa. So even if the first one doesn't resolve nicely, we do have a second one back up.
I don't know how many cards he has in the graveyard.
Enough to. I think he has more than enough to do everything he wants to do.
Well, there goes the first Croxa.
But they have enough. They have enough. I don't think they played land yet this turn, so definitely. Crosa does resolve.
I'm surprised that he let it resolve, actually.
I don't think they can, because it's an alternate cost, but it's probably because of the The original cost, they cannot counter that. So
Oh no, they're paying 4 mana. He absolutely could have disdainful stroked it.
I
He
think
just
it's
chose
more
not to.
because they probably knew that they have a. So attack in for 2 because
Absolutely, man. He's just trying to chip away at this point.
because they're at 8. He's at a healthy 23, so definitely could see a Cinderclasm kit. Remove the other 2 zombies.
Wow, that's a good play.
Yeah, I would let that resolve and kick this Clasm. Remove the other zombies.
Well, because Telescrubby has no idea that Best of the Sea God is coming off the top. And
Yes.
I really feel that that card is going to be a game changer.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be big time. Oh, and they have enough for frost. Well, actually, they had enough for frostbite.
Yeah, but Frostbite, it was 4 toughness on Croxa, and it only does
But
3.
frostbite would deal 4.
No, 3.
3?
Yeah. Having Hexproof an 8/8 Hexproof here is perfect. I think this was a really good play.
Yeah.
By Kevin Dill. Very good. Very, very good.
So they're going to exile a current card. Probably the frostbite. It's not going to do a whole lot.
No, I agree. And he still has disdainful stroke. He's gonna want, like, he has to block.
Yes.
Which is gonna send Croxa back to the grave, and this is where, like, he
can
has
recast
to counter it though.
Recast the Corsa. Tap things properly.
Yeah, he's totally gonna counter it. Like, by not countering it, he's putting himself in a very bad situation.
Oh, they can't counter it. Because of the exile, the escape cost is a different mana casting cost, but it only counts as the top, so they can't. So they can't counter it.
Guess I was wrong.
Yeah, you cannot counter it.
Well, then there goes disdainful stroke. There's no point in keeping it in your hand.
Yeah, which is perfect because little do they know they have a Valky as well as Jeanette as a Jeanette of the Wellspring. So definitely, that's going to get.
The companion they saw him stick it into his hand, but they have no idea that they have Tybalt, and that
and Tybalt's going to be, which
problem.
this is the right call. this is the right call. Make a treasure token and destroy the artifact.
Do you think that well, Best of the Sea God is going to tap everything? Oh my God, there's a second one.
Another, oh boy.
Yeah. By playing a second one here, I'm wondering if he waits until he plays another creature.
Now for our next question is, obviously we'll discuss this after the matchup here. Definitely the right call was to Field of Ruin to their den.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
So now they have another 8/8. Attack for 8, have a blocker. And yeah, I think that's game. I think he's going to scoop it up, see what he draws. Well, a Crosa doesn't.
That's not bad.
No,
it's not bad at all.
Actually, it's actually best situation because now you can sack the one that's tapped, escape it. They go to 5, replay it again, cast it again. Now they have to take another 3. They live a turn. Valky as a blocker.
Wow.
But it's actually that's game anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say,
now they tap
like,
everything
he taps
and then
everything and steals Croxa.
Yep. Now gain control of untap it. So takes the Crosa. Yeah.
Yeah, I would totally.
Taps
take
everything,
Croxa.
and yeah, that's game anyway. So
that's really
That's
good.
game.
So close.
Yeah, but this Mardu deck played right into the hands of the Izzet control. Like, that's what they want, is they want the game to go long.
So on the Mardu side of things, let's see what they have they could bring in. So Scene is a control, is snow covered based. I could definitely see Redane's coming in. Redeem God of the Worthy is going to be definitely coming in. Archon's War could be an option. Roiling Vortex could be an option too, which they were definitely bringing in for that matchup because it's a little bit slower matchup, so that's more of a clock. Cinderclasm, Rip Apart. Probably Rip Apart will be another card they can bring in. But yeah, Redeem. They brought in the Redeems, they brought in the Roiling Vortexes. On the Is It Control end, Mind Flare could be a option to bring in. New card from the Adventures of the Forgotten Realms, which is 5 minutes. I like to take a thing from you until it leaves the battlefield. Redcat Melee could be an option. Brazen Borrower definitely could be a thing just to disrupt things. And yeah, I think this is going to be getting down to who can get their magic up as fast as they can. So actually, we're down to our last two. I think we're down to our last two matchups. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches left.
I'm gonna try to make another coffee.
Another coffee.
We're still waiting for them to finish sideboarding
Yeah.
if you want to make one.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a coffee.
Yes, why not?
Why not? We got some dates going in. Phoenix is coming out.
Mind Flayer was definitely coming in for that matchup for sure. So opening hand for Telescrubby, yes. I am all for that.
Two-lander.
Whoa. As long as you get the right 2 lands, I guess that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Field of
They got the
Ruin
third
and,
land.
Temple of Epiphany.
Well,
I guess
Krosa is
Proxy here is going to be really good because it's going to attack his hand. So anything
Yes.
that... Oh, and he just drew his 4th land. I guess he's going to be okay. Mardu here really wants to put a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah.
Like as much pressure as possible. And as quickly as possible.
and this is definitely one way of doing it.
Well, having a turn 3 Timuret and a turn 4 Croxa is... It's such a great play. Like, I mean...
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong.
They're gonna definitely keep this Spikefield Hazard up. Hoping they could draw a red man. Oh, I guess you take, you take this scatter and play the hall tapped.
That's too bad.
Mill another 3. Take the other enchantment maker to 2/2. Spellbinder definitely is going to get rid of.
I don't know, man. There's so many good things to choose.
Cinderclasm is probably the right call because they can go land Cinderclasm. But
Mhm.
no, there's a 4th one. But they can only. But there's the 2nd one. But they can only do it for. They have to wait for the next turn. Do get
All right,
scry.
to kick it, eh? I see what you're saying.
Yeah, they kick it. Well, they'll have enough mana next turn to kick the other one. Play it tapped. They can attack in for a bunch.
Wow. That was 7 damage.
Yep. Another Bone Crusher Giant and a Bone Crusher Giant.
Bone Crusher's going to survive Cinder...
Cinderclasm.
Yeah, Cinderclasm.
Do they want to essence scatter? I think they're going to have to essence scatter this. Yeah, that's probably the right call. It's Cinder Clauser that. There's Cinder Clauser, and then there's Cinder Clauser into the board. But Martyr is at a healthy life total. They're waiting for, if they can get a white source, then they can play a showdown and literally go to town.
To town.
Is it Blair, Kevin, and Dill?
I mean, the thing working into its advantage is that he did win game 1, which I think was really important. So even if he loses game 2, game 3 he starts off on the play, and I think that will change the way the game is played out, right? Like he'll be able to hold up counter magic and removal spells and have a better opportunity to progress the board.
And Candy Daniel, thank you for the host, for the hosting the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh my god, thank you very much.
I was going to say that. Good job you do it.
And here comes Crosa.
He's got a Skyclave in his hand. I think that's a beautiful card to have in this kind of a deck.
When does Croxa rotate out?
Again, next weekend.
Oh, that's sad. They actually did a lot for the format, I find.
Yeah.
All those giant cards.
And we do have a rolling in with a little Crosa rolling. Yep, so determine the cost of the spell. Yeah, so they're just more of the alternate cost. So it doesn't matter what, they're just a ruling that someone looked up for us.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Thank you very much there, Demon.
So it's
10 minutes later.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's almost worth signing out Disdainful Stroke in this kind of a matchup then.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
So Essence Scatter would probably be, yep, there's the Bone Crusher Giant.
And
Go down to
he is
5.
putting pressure on him. Huh. 2, 4, 6, 7. He's
to discard, and they have to discard Kiora down to 5. So if they don't have an answer this next turn, that's going to
hurt.
hurt. They can haul.
Can they?
Can store. No, they cannot. That's actually a game.
Oh, game 2.
Even if they had
goes to
land,
Telescrubby.
even if they had land, all they had to do was attack with Crosa. They go to 1. Doesn't matter what happens on blocks. Upkeep, they have to take the 1 if they can't remove the Rolling Vortex.
Mm-hmm.
And Rolling Vortex doing work.
I think that, without anything on board, I think that 1 card could have ended the game on its own. Rolling Vortex?
Yes.
For sure.
That's definitely been a very, very helpful card in the sideboard against control.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I honestly don't think there is a card in the Is It Control deck that can actually get that off the board.
In Is It Control's list, Borrower,
Oh, well, that's...
like Borrower, as well as any of the counter magic. That's pretty much it. So,
Yeah, but like once it's resolved...
yes, you have to figure a way to get rid of it. And the only way that they can get rid of it on this with this list is with the Borrower.
That's pretty steep.
That's it.
So we've got 2 keepers.
This looks like a plow turn 3. Here we go. Plow time.
Plow turn 3.
Plow turn 3.
Oh, with Croxa.
Oh. Yep. Crosa as well as Irgon. Got a death.
That's pretty awesome.
But I think they're going to go land, go. It's going to be land, plow town. Then next turn, Crosa, while the trigger is on the stack. If it resolves.
Izzet can play this out really smartly. They can either counter Croxa or Egon, God of Death.
Yes.
It would be more beneficial for Izzet if he plays God of Death, but if it's countered, he also has Frostbite up. Now,
Yes.
is there enough? No, it's 3 toughness, eh? So
It's 3
Frostbite wouldn't
toughness.
do it right now.
No, but they would have to sack a land.
Yeah.
So they would have to Krosa.
Do you Krosa or do you Egon?
If you Egon, little do they know that you have a cell comment. So do they? They'd probably the right calls to do Krosa because you can get more value out of the graveyard. So Krosa, while the trigger's on the stack, full control, crew
for
it.
sure. Yeah.
Now they can Frostbite it. But it's actually an artifact, so they actually have enough mana to actually per zombie command, remove the artifact, and
That's a really good play. Feels
Yeah.
like Canada.
so they would probably let this all resolve before they go to attacks, command,
Yeah.
remove the plow, and create a treasure token.
That's really good because if he didn't, he was going to have 4 mana after combat.
But little do they know there's another plow in the graveyard and plow plus Argon.
Having another mana source here is extremely good for Izzet.
Yes.
Because now they can play Omen and counter something. Well, what does he counter? Does he just counter whatever's played?
I think you don't counter the plow.
I like this.
I
He's
think you
playing
dig.
Omen first to figure out if he can counter the
I would say
plow.
disruption. Plays the disruption, tap him out. But then I think you just saw it coming. Because disruption, you can cast disruption, but they have enough mana to pay for the 1.
Yes, they do.
So you just do the saw coming, counter it, or you counter the creature.
I don't
And
know.
if you counter the creature,
Having a resolved plow in play is
Yeah.
very steep.
now you disrupt that.
I think that's a good. Yeah.
I can see why but it's feeding more cards into the graveyard, but they do have a saw coming in the graveyard. So they're going to leave 1 mana open, so now they have to play around.
They have 3 snowlands, so Frostbite is online to kill the plow, and they have a saw coming to counter whatever creature they want.
Yes, and I think this is probably the creature you want to counter.
I would agree.
You would counter this from the word go.
Just a 3 mana 6/6, man. It's such a
Just a beater, yes. I know the downside is that you have to exile 2 cards.
so what?
So what?
Like I don't
But
think
you
it
have enough
matters.
cards. But you have enough cards in the graveyard now that they could easily. Now you have a Yorion, which will blink Omen the Sea and do all the things.
This is great. He gets him to look at 2 more cards, and he has either 2 mana up, possibly 3 mana up for any kind of spell that he could get out of his.
Cinderplasm could. Yeah, I think they want to take the expressive to keep digging.
Mm-hmm. And he still has Frostbite up.
Yeah. And I don't think Kroos is open, but yeah, Spellbinder was probably the right call.
You think he's going to go for Shark Typhoon, or is he going to go for Iteration? I don't think that.
Because
it's gonna be
Frostbite's not going to last
Yeah.
long. Oh, he's letting it resolve.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I mean,
You have enough mana to get rid of it. Yeah, you take the expressive, it's now 4 mana. Yes, you do lose the Frostbite. Because you know it's going to be Frostbite next turn. Role players kind of in the driver's seat a little bit. Oh yeah, I think you Shark Typhoon for its hidden cost as a enchantment.
really? Knowing that he's got, oh my god, what's the name of that card?
Rip apart.
Yeah, Rip Apart. I mean, he doesn't have it in his hand, but knowing that he's got it
No.
in his deck.
You take the Shark Typhoon. I think you take the Shark Typhoon, bin the Expressive, and play the Temple if you haven't played land this turn.
Which is not what he's doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like the Temple is. Bin that to the bottom. You don't need more land. At this point, you have enough land. You're just looking for spells at this point. You can attack in for 4.
I wouldn't. It's just not worth it, man.
No.
It's just not worth it.
I think Crossa's not online just yet, so that's why this is probably
He's also got no counter magic in his hand.
no. Well, there it is, but non-creature.
That's right.
It's not bad to have in the hand,
No,
but
it's not going
knowing
to do
that they
anything
are-
in this play.
no. Get to mill 3. Now you have Crossa online. Get rid of whatever. Almost say go, but no, do you? I think you would frostbite.
What are you
Ooh.
frostbiting? Oh my god, I love
how
that
about,
card.
How about I just take your best creature?
But currently on the
I would take-
battlefield, what is the best creature? Is it the 2/2 or the 3/1?
I think it's the 3/1, but he wants to hold on to it. But as soon as you get Crossa, as soon as Crossa hits the battlefield, you're taking Crossa.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's too bad that it's only got 3 toughness though. But that card, yeah, Mind Flare. That card is also very good against aggro decks.
Now, do you Yeah, so this may be a blowout if they play Crossa out of the graveyard.
Really?
They could play They could play Valky, see what the hand was up in the hand. If they remove it, that's fine. Because I would like to know what they have in hand. If they play Redeem, then the Shark Typhoon is 2 more. Would cost 2 more mana because of Redeem's tax ability.
Right.
So this
I
may
don't
be,
think I don't think Redeem is worth it. I like this
No.
Crocs to play a lot.
but I think this is going to be a big blowout very shortly here. So
I guess we'll wait and see.
yep. Oh, but they can actually interesting play. So now they have a 6 mana. So now they can they still have a plow. Play the plow. Attack with the 6/3 and still have enough mana, but there's the frostbite.
I figured Frostbite was coming for the plow.
Yep.
And I think he's totally going to do what you said. By taking Crocs on the next turn with Mind Flare, I think that's a really good play too here.
Yep. So you just pass the turn. Cross is going to get Mind Flare, but it's going to still remain tapped.
That's okay. That's all that matters though.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? Shark Typhoon for...
As much as you can.
Yep. That, a lot of people were sleeping on Shark Typhoon when it first came out.
Oh, everybody was.
Yes, and then when they found out what they actually did, oh boy. So Mind Flare, definitely going to take... I like to borrow your Crossa, please, for the next little bit.
Put on tap.
No, which is too bad.
And then I'm going to wipe the board of all your 2/2s. Kicked. Deal 2 damage through your board. Wipe it.
And he still has a negate up, eh? I mean, it doesn't stop a creature, but...
And that's game.
Not
Wow.
yet. Not yet. Don't say dead until you either concede or you are at 0. Because there goes the negate. You never hit concede. I mean, I don't disagree. I think he's a long shot away from winning.
How about that?
Okay.
Now is concede.
Yeah.
Now is concede.
Fine, now you can hit concede.
I mean, he could still make a mistake.
Yeah, you could have.
But
Not
that was
attack
a
with
very
everybody?
close.
That was a really
very close.
good round 2 for sure.
Yeah,
And
that was a very good
kudos
round
to the Is It control deck. I think that's exactly what we were expecting to see. As soon as you start playing into the mid to late game, Is It control just takes over with the way more powerful cards and creatures and spells.